Oh, hi, my name is Han. I'm a migration agent and a lawyer of IST. Today, I'm going to introducing about myself and IST. Basically, we are a company, an Australian-owned company that I have an office in Sydney, in Cabramatta, where a lot of Vietnamese live there. And I have an office in Vietnam, in Saigon. So the reason I open a business in Vietnam is that because a lot of my clients apply for partner visa, fiancé visa, de facto relationship visa. A lot of them are in Vietnam, and the sponsor are in Australia, and they got a lot of difficulty communicating to each other and doing the visa, applying the visa for them to migrate to Australia. So I have 5 staff in Vietnam so that they can assist the client who are in Vietnam to help the client reduce the stress during the migration process. So my promise to you is that we provide the honest advice regarding to whether it is a chance there is a chance of visa or not, yeah, the chance of success or failure. And I would give you the best option to migrate to Australia. The third one is I will try my best to make the processing time faster by, say, being flexible to your situation, having a fast response to your change of circumstances. We update the department with your case, with any change, with during the process of waiting for the department to assess your case. And I have staff who I train quite well to interview client, to help client develop the interviewing technique and skills, so that when the department and case officer interview them, then the client will not be shocked or be clumsy or having stress and don't know how to answer the question. So a lot of cases that got visa refusal is because they failed the interview. And having an office in Vietnam helped me to have like staff who can interview 1, 2 times, 3 times the client in Vietnam. Also, you know that the difference between my service is that there is a cultural difference between Vietnamese and Australian, you know. So basically, when a client comes from Vietnamese background, the department will assess that client based on their cultural backgrounds. So in order to understand the cultural background and cultural differences is quite a different task, right? So being an being a Vietnamese Australian, I understand the Vietnamese culture, and I have that perspective of the Vietnamese culture. And also I grew up in Vietnam, so I know the Vietnamese law, some part of it, so that I can know the differences between the Vietnamese law and the Australian law. So a lot of cases where a lot of Vietnamese lady live in Vietnam, they have different type of, they have to deal with different like court divorce order, the different process going through divorce, and house ownership, or household record. All of that is quite different from Australian. To prove that where they live, or the relationship, whether the previous relationship still exists, things like that. So to have a knowledge of the cultural differences, to have a deep understanding of that culture is a plus for me to do this job regarding to help those Vietnamese lady to migrate to Australia. That's why a lot of my clients are Australian sponsor, Western, or some people born in Australia, and the visa applicant are Vietnamese lady in Vietnam. So like I say, the cultural difference, the cultural understanding is my plus and is my advantage. That's why I can help the client to prepare the best interview, prepare the best case, so that they can their case can be success. Yeah, can be granted the visa. They can be granted the visa fast. Also, I have the view that knowledge is to be shared, not to be kept. So whatever I understand the law, I will pass it on my staff. So I promise to you that when you cannot contact me, for example, if one day I'm stuck at court and I cannot answer your phone call, my staff who can speak Vietnamese, who can speak English, will attend to your call and will answer your question. And in the case where you cannot feel satisfied with my staff answer, then of course I will give you a ring back and I will explain to you to the best of my knowledge. So thank you so much for listening. And I just want to emphasize that I have clients from Cambodia, from Thailand, from the Philippines, and other countries too. So and France, yeah. So it's not that I'm only specialized in Vietnamese market or Australian market, but also other Southeast Asian country. I do have clients, so I do understand a little bit of their cultural differences. So if you have if you need a migration agent, immigration lawyer that have a good understanding, at least a very adequate understanding of cultural differences during the process of helping you, assisting you to apply for a partner visa or fiancé visa or family migrated visa, then it's me that you should call. And thank you for listening. And if you like this video, please share to your friend and your relative and your colleague. And you can give me a ring if you want to know more a little bit about me or IST. And thank you for listening.